going on, gamers and Rift supporters? Today we're going to be exposing someone else for using a macro, so let's get right into it. Now, welcome back to allegedly clout chasing off people that have more subscribers than I do, because for some reason people cannot accept that I just make videos because I want to. Today we're going to be finding someone who perhaps has a worse community than Rift, which is very, very hard to believe. In fact, I doubt that anybody on YouTube could have any worse of a community than Rift does. But looking at these comments, yeah, this guy just has fast fingers. The ladies must love him. Oh god, the cringe comments from these little baby-ass kids with FORTNITE profile pictures that I'm sure I'm going to be seeing in my comments soon. This video, I noticed people were telling me to look into LD. And before I go any farther, yes, I'm aware that he plays on a controller. Yes, controllers can still have macros. You can still use a macro on a controller. That is a fact. Look it up. Look up how to get a macro on controller. Now, this video is called Proof I Don't Use Macros to Edit. So I figured we could just go through this video and just debunk it. So I guess we'll just start off with watching this. If in this video I use settings to make me edit a lot faster, if this video gets 70,000 likes, I'll post them. Sure, whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't know if this is copyrighted or not. Use code Rhylek to support me, not LD Fort, because LD Fort's dumb. Most of my edits are on edit release. That doesn't make any sense. It's called edit on release. But a few things such as wall edits, I use 2 binds so I can hold my wall bind and place immediately. What? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't make any sense. That literally... What? He uses 2 edit binds apparently so he can hold his wall and place them? What does that have to do with edit on release? That doesn't make any sense. That literally is just nonsense. Just what? So if you watch this video, it's pretty clear that his edits are pretty instant. Now, I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted. Now, if you watch this video, watch his edits. Alright, I guess. Whatever. Now, if you see him using the paddle in which he uses to edit, he's doing a single tile floor edit. This is the same thing from Serpent, where after you see them cranking and doing all these insane builds, like wow, like their editing is so fast. Then you see them editing 1 tile without a macro, and you're like, well, I guess that's kind of fast. I guess that matches up. But in reality, it doesn't. Watch. This cone edit is so much slower than the other edits before it. He's editing 1 corner piece of 1 tile. That is nothing compared to all of this. It's so much less fast. Now, I don't want anyone to, of course, wrongly confuse that. Yes, he does use B to edit, but he's not pressing B because he's using a paddle. In case anyone was wondering, he's not just blatantly macroing. But yeah, he uses that. Of course, we can't really compare any of like the hand cam to his actual gameplay like we can with Rift, because using a controller is different. There's a lot of different actuation points for triggers. I'm not sure if he's using the hair trigger locks in his right trigger either, so it would be really hard to tell. But yeah, so from that editing to editing 1 corner piece of a cone much slower doesn't tell me anything about his editing at all. Kind of odd to me that it goes from that to this to triple editing constantly, frequently, instantly editing through a bunch of different things. It just seems a little sus to me, especially if you see, I think it's right here. Yeah, that right there. So let's go to 46 perhaps. So if you see, his hand doesn't at all match what he's doing. Okay, if we put this to slow speed and see that it just that looks very, very sus, for especially for controller, because controllers do have quite a bit more input delay than keyboard and mouse does. So seeing him instantly place a wall, a floor, a cone, and editing through all of them just instantly is very, very sus to me. Just gonna be honest about that. And now here he is editing one piece, or one cone, at a reasonably high speed. Again, this proves nothing. Like I proved on my stream before, you can literally just spam your edit button while also using a macro, and it looks legit, but in reality it's not. So who knows? I mean, it looks sus to me. I mean, people can edit a cone that quickly on controller. That, of course, looks very, very sus to me. Yikes. Now this here is the clip that, to me, proves he's using a macro. If you watch his finger down here, the finger that he uses to click the paddle, it is clicking much slower than the edits are going through. And yes, I know, he uses edit on release. I'm quite aware of that. I did this on my stream because a lot of Rift supporters didn't seem to understand this. That edit on release still means you actually have to click for the edits. I'm sorry, but there are no players in Fortnite that are as good as just Jesus, apparently, where they can just edit without even clicking. That's just not possible. So with edit on release, that means you need to click one time for each edit, and a lot of these streamers and YouTubers do not do that. So let's just watch this. If you're watching, he's editing a lot faster than his finger is actually clicking. So I mean, kinda sus, but I mean, I guess it's not really proof. I mean, it is clicking quite a bit slower, but again, controllers, input delay, who really knows, I guess. I don't know, it seems pretty sus to me, but, you know, whatever, I guess, whatever. Very, very sus, but who knows. This clip also doesn't even show either, like, it doesn't even show the side of his controller that he uses to edit, so this isn't anything. This is only proof that he uses the left stick to move. Like, that, this doesn't prove anything, like, at all. Like, wow, your fingers are doing a thing. Like, wow, that doesn't prove anything. Doesn't prove that you're not using a macro to edit. Those edits going through completely instantly is very, very sus to me. It's a little weird to see that his edits are just going instantly through. Now, yes, in case you guys are going to say, well, he's drag editing. If you look up what a drag edit is on YouTube, a drag edit is literally another word for a macro. Macroing and drag editing is essentially the same exact thing. Macro drag edits are drag edits. That's what they are. In my personal opinion, at least so far from what I've seen, it looks like he's using a single tile macro, but for the drags, he's doing them legit, to make it look, I guess, less suspicious, because when he's going through a floor and a cone, it edits just instantly, rapidly, like a macro, but then it looks like he is, like, you know, slowly, or not slowly, but like legitly dragging through the wall edits. See, if you notice right there, let's go back a little bit more and go into slow motion. See, he drags the edit there, then just goes through and instantly goes through those. Again, it's kind of hard to see in 0.25x speed, but it looks a little sus how he just instantly goes straight through those edits. Because you see, he drags it, then just instantly goes through that. And then drags it, insta editing through that. So again, yeah, I'd say probably a single tile edit macro. At least that's my personal opinion on it. And we also are going to look into phase sway to compare the editing. But things like that, the fact of the matter is that people just kind of can't do that on controller. I've never seen anyone actually legitly do that. And things like that, where he's just instantly editing and then going back to missing half the edits while editing one single cone, is a little sus to me as well. How he goes from doing something like, something like this, to missing half the edits on a cone on the next clip. Like, that is just insane. To missing half or more of the edits on this single cone. So I don't know. Kind of the same exact thing with Serpent, where their hand cams don't really prove anything, but whatever, I guess. Again, half the time we can't even see the paddle he's using to edit. We can't even see it. So it just doesn't really prove anything. Like, wow, we see his finger back there moving around as his hand gets adjusted. Like, that doesn't prove anything. The only thing this hand cam proves is that this is him playing the game, because we can see that his thumbsticks match the game, I guess. Apparently. I guess that's what this is supposed to prove. And we're back to editing a single tile macro, or a single tile, and missing half the edits, while also not showing us his edit button. So, in my opinion, that's personally not proof. Again, I'm not saying that without a doubt he's using a macro. Who knows? He could just be very good. I'm not just gonna say that he's using a macro and be done with it. But in my opinion, he's using a single tile macro, as well as also being a very fast editor. So tell me what you guys think down below, and peace out. Those macros!